excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to Rogue Trader 40K. So, yeah, I decided to start a new playthrough with the new DLC that just came out. Or just, well, 2 weeks ago maybe. The Lex Imperialis. So yeah, I decided to start the full new playthrough. Yeah, we'll see what's what, shall we? I haven't actually played in a while, so a lot of stuff will probably be new, but we'll see. Right, so we are on the Void ship. We got met by Conrad Voidweir. It is truly an awe-inspiring sight.
That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor, to inspire awe and reverence. For it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with the chance to give their very life for the master of humanity. Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voidweir, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencius. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
My name is Lucius, and to avoid any misunderstanding, I am Sanctioned Psyker.
I am aware of that fact. It would have been unacceptable negligence to have overlooked such a detail when compiling your profile. Fate bestowed upon you powers of witchcraft, and a duty to use them for the good of the Imperium. Yours is truly an unenviable lot. I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencius, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor. Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis, at the time when the first rogue traders entered the God Emperor's service, and therefore, it is sacrosanct. To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencius. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others. I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back, especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that Her Ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities. There is, and you will meet him soon enough. But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Ethelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Right. Let me just do this quickly. Hide the helmet.
Know your duty.
Made of wood. Nice.
Let the faith
Well, this is
guide
the
my
computers.
path to glory.
We have no tech priest, so let's not mess with those.
One of the von Valencius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening? Run! The servitors have gone berserk! Our foes shall be crushed beneath our unyielding might.
Right, so we are playing Sanctic Officer, so these early fights are gonna be a bit long.
The Emperor commands!
Right, what's the best position to shoot him? Here? Yeah.
And so shall it be done.
Like this.
Rejoice in service! Let my enemies tremble at the sound of my steps!
Dismissed.
Death to the
Kill him.
heretics!
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan. I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours. The divine
Grand
watches
Temple is
over us.
pretty grand. Oh.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Your first impression of Edelfrat, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of seam, implants, and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements. They are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Edelfrat, Theodora von Valencius' features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelfrat. Next to the two of them, you see two more men. One is grey-haired officer of impeccable bearing, studying the contents of his data slate. The other is a behemoth. Right, so it is these two. Behemoth bristling with holsters and baldricks containing all manners of weapons.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer.
Theodora is looking straight at you, and her gaze is predatory and oppressive.
Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Koronus Expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crew sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
So we get some successes on lore checks. Yeah, you pretty much can't fail these, obviously. Those spirits could well be natives, named for dangerous aliens. I would first verify that if Ion 6 engages in xenoworship.
Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor.
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence.
We are both servants of the God Emperor and Lady Theodora. Does it become anyone of our status to engage in petty feuds?
Even among his flock, not all are of a piece. I suggest you familiarize yourself with that fact before you are sorely...
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
I have a feeling he doesn't really like us.
So, why are you here?
So don't be obtuse.
Clarity. A luxury that few of us can afford. There is a reason why I did not explain all the details of the question I posed to you earlier. Beyond the borders of the Imperium, seldom is one granted an opportunity to enjoy information in abundance. This, however, is one such opportunity. My name is Theodora von Valencius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valencius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes. Naturally, some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, Even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Did I hear you correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you.
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valencius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
You are satisfied with Edelfred, then why am I here?
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelfred as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Koronus Expanse. It says in your profile that you bear the brand of sorcery, albeit sanctioned sorcery that is permitted in the service of the Imperium. I am accustomed to the presence of psychos at my side. More than that, I value their unique abilities highly. Perhaps that is why I am so intrigued by Edelthrad's candidacy. A rogue trader psyker could achieve great things indeed. However, psychos are fragile creatures, and as such I would rather have a replacement standing ready in the event that something happens to Edelthrad. Moreover, even changing your family name will not rid you of the fame you previously garnered. I hope it will also help you bring glory to the von Valencius dynasty, to which you now belong. Oh yes, you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader. I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
Tell you about the incident. Servitors went berserk and attacked the crew.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is ancient. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live. The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers, and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Koronus Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valencius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time. Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Ethelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide. In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Grovel before the faithful.
The Masters demand your death! I can handle this.
Rebel is revolting.
Follow my lead. Reduced to dust.
My faith strengthens me. Die! I serve the ruinous powers! Chaos guides me! I will not be deterred!
We buff somebody, we cannot buff somebody.
I am the chosen weapon that will crush the heathens! Death to the weak!
Just a minor setback.
Out of my way!
For the Imperium!
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. I took care of this one.
Stay vigilant. For the glory of the Imperium!
For now.
Yeah, we can't do much in this fight. Still.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
What are our orders?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
They don't drop loot still?
With
Okay.
each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
There is nothing around here. Go find more.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Kunrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Geller field failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
This is indeed a severe case of warp madness. Then the situation is dire.
You don't know the half of it. There's only one thing worse than the warp addling the brains of our crew, and that's the warp itself crawling all over our decks. I shouldn't even think about it. It's bad luck. Your orders, Lord Captain.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psyker powers.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
I hear and obey, Lord.
Then move out! Mort, come.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
What may do, either way.
Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Something hits you with sharp crackle. Yeah, crackle. And you are consumed by unbearable, gut-wrenching pain. Did he just stase us?
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the warrant chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Ah, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
Why did you two-faced scum? You are the one behind this mayhem.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the warrant chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred warrant of trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Why are you doing this?
Why? Because I am following an order. What is happening on this ship right now has been in the making for a very long time. All that remains is to obtain what my master sent me for. The warrant of trade.
What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, von Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Your success on this? What very pathetic excuse do you even have for apostasy, you sordid, wretched piece of drop shit?
Wretched? What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur! Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind. Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench von Valencius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
The blade flashes in the dim light, and drops of blood appear on her palm. For a brief moment, you feel nauseous. Your head is spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with slick words. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Get out! I am not your puppet! The voices in our head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence? No. You feel this intruding influence forcing you onto your feet and making you take a step towards the gates, moving to the center of the chamber. The gateway arch you see a cogitator with human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The Sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two amber-like irises. The device. You carefully inspect the design of the cogitator. What catches your eye is the trench alloy that was used as material for the components, some of which are most familiar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic. Servitor on the gate begins to move, with the screeching and groaning of metal, leans forward, closer to you. The lower jaw opens with a dark-toned shriek, much wider than the jaws of a living human could. The Servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The wit screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that filled your head after Voidvi and wounded you with his bite did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself in a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. No. Servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you are used to. Its skin covering is stitched together with copper thread. His metal hinges in place of the standard joints. But I think it could be a weapon. Fortunately, nothing weapon instead.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
Okay, so we have to place the hand there. And those jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall to the Servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start and the pumps start into motion. The wit screen of the cogitator flickers. Several minutes pass. The jaws remain closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath, maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humors. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance? Genetic code identified. Child of House von Valencius. Do you require assistance?
Yes, Sentinel. Traitors threaten my life and the safety of the one. Pain moves through ahead, subsides just quickly. It would seem the entity called in our consciousness does not have the ability to do any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
There is still another way.
Let the faith guide my path to glory!
Escort the child of the house to safety.
What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by. Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the navigator sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
I need a weapon. I am utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations. Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Know your duty.
Run, fools, or fall! Master! Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me! What is the meaning of this?
Red Voidbeard is a traitor. When he parted away on the officer's deck, he stabbed me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something and tried to reach the warrant somehow. He's clearly serving the unholy gods of the war.
Serving the gods of the war? Kunrad is a heretic! Oh, Voidfear, you void rat! Madness. And this mutiny is likewise his doing, no doubt.
Voidbeard openly admitted that he's a mastermind behind the mutiny.
Saint's blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here. I'm at your service. This wound will make a fight. That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
What has gone wrong with the translation?
I am no helmsman. Oh, God Emperor preserve me, navigator. However, I've spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Geller field has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the war. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Vox cast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing?
I think the Warrant Sentinel may have sent that message.
Warrant Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The Warrant Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
What can we expect to find in the Sanctum?
During warp transit, the Sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Imperium. And for good reason. For the navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the Sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the Immaterium. Only a navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
I've read one of Theodora's Voxcast.
Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well, and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
For the Imperium and humanity, lead the way, Seneschal.
Come. The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well-deserved. Onward!
Venerate the Dark God! Will save you!
Run, fools, or fall!
Your Emperor won't save you!
We get some pretty bad rolls here. Can manage that. Nope.
To non-believers! Chaos guides me!
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Abilities, of course.
And so it shall be done.
Alright, so Abelard can do that in a single strike. Be dead.
May the Divine's will be done!
Those.
It will be done.
Let's put it back. Can we charge somebody?
Victory
Charge
is
this guy. Guard doesn't have anything more.
Your corrupt way has failed you.
Gonna buff
The
weapon
Emperor
more.
commands.
A tactically sound approach. It will be done. One fewer target.
And we did level up.
Heresy grows from idleness.
You cannot do really much in this phase. Why am I on Abelard? Why am I seeing Abelards? Oh, I see mine and I see Abelards, right. Yeah, let's go into Lord War. Why not? And with you we can go, what should we go here? Grouse or Athletics? Yes, we can go Athletics. The loot now, excellent. Young.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Here and not here either. So let's go. Young.
Threshold of the blinded guide. Doom comes from the heavens.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. Their voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abela, how they sing.
This is Iconoclast, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valencius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the Imperium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
The entity in your consciousness shrinks and crawls in deeper, its claws scraping against the walls of your mind, as if the presence is trying to hide from the seed standing before you. Diviner, are you?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you von Valencius, are a sorcerer too, just like the other one. Lady Theodora must have grown so fond of psychers she wants one to replace her.
Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, We must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelstrad's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it! You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
What? You think Lady Theodora didn't ask me to peek into the darkness behind the backs of those she sees as her prospective heirs? I have seen you. I have seen the footsteps of your past and the wounds of your heart.
You see this words dragging up something dark and frightening in the depths of your memory. Your soul has been tainted by the influence of warp sorcery, and it seems you will never be rid of it. What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the enginarium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Enginseer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks. Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity. But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Get an alpha strike.
Anything else?
The blessings of the divine grant us the courage and strength.
Let the blood flow.
Here we go.
I serve the ruinous towers.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Okay, pretty bad rolls for the initiative. There is a cycle operative, right.
But of course.
Kill him.
Anything else?
Oh, damn it. Oh, she got an injury, right. Great.
At your beck and call. I took care of this one. I'd rather not.
This close. I miscalculated.
I will do my duty.
And so shall it be done. I will not be deterred.
Yeah, not really doing.
My enemies shall be crushed like dust beneath my feet.
Hold on. Reduced to dust.
That is not my destiny. Will do. Well, what an unfortunate turn of fate.
I believe Master Vespider still lives. Well, the servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive. Master Vespider.
Your time is short.
To your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
Ah! It came from beyond! His body is not his!
Under the burden of hopes, unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help. The urge.
Kneel before the ascent of a new champion. When the rite is complete, this shell will burst, and thousands of Moors will accept the sacrifice offered to the edge of daybreak by the bringer of twilight, the one marked by the will of the gods.
right. A sacrifice offered. Oh, my heart tells me that Kunrad was not deterred by his defeat in the warrant chamber.
What? Kunrad betrayed Lady Theodora? Oh, but how was that? How? He was as loyal as a dog. And I didn't hear a thing, I swear.
The footfalls of the bringer of twilight are veiled by the will of his masters. Tear out your eyes. She who is to become the champion's servant, for you need them no longer.
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the servo skull relayed to us earlier.
Vespidas, good luck. And thank you.
So we gotta heal.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treaties on tactics.
I owe you one.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Around here. I think not. Okay, the stuff. Nice.
With each step,
warplock.
I forge my destiny among the stars.
Ship's as good as ours! It's all over for you!
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot these men!
I shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my Emperor.
Sister Argenta! Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face, it is unfamiliar. Who are you? The hour is dark and daunting. Ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the dark forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
If you speak truthfully, the Emperor will not forsake you. If you are lying, you will not escape his retribution. I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic!
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
Massacre, my lord. And heretics are not just killing the crew. Some kind of blight is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about seeing their dead comrades, tearing out their eyes. I implore you, my lord, be on your guard.
Overseer of Middle Deck AL-84, my lord. We were rounding up everyone we could find in the attack compartments when we ran into an ambush. Just about every enforcer fell. These are the survivors.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
Alright, we got Sister Argenta. This is a nice weapon. Take that. Take that. Let's give it Ira. Better weapon. Argenta already has a gun. Let's give it Wobble Paste. That's the blown up door.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
My whispers crave entertainment.
Can we sub them?
Beware the ire of the witch.
You'll make a
Okay,
suitable sacrifice.
What it does chain? Apparently, I guess it doesn't chain actually. Okay, so what's the turn order here? This guy's ghost, then this guy, and then this guy. Right.
Chaos guides me. Death to the weak.
At your beck and call. It will be done.
It wasn't enough.
At your beck and call.
Out of my way! Death to non-believers!
The soldier.
I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. Faith without deeds is worthless.
We missed it.
But of course. On it. Very well.
Reinforcements. For their side.
I am your doom!
Rejoice in service.
Buffer punta. Shot.
I bring ruin!
Just a minor setback. My place is at the fore. I will do my duty.
Doubt is for the weak. Eradicated.
Not much now. Okay, let's put this guy.
Will do. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Your end is nigh. Actions will speak louder than words.
Such is the will of chaos!
What's your target?
Maybe charge somebody.
It will be done.
Charge this guy.
I'll do it.
Oh, Commander Chenta, really?
As the Emperor commands, I act. Guided by faith!
What is this foreboding? Anything else?
Ow. This.
And so it shall be done.
Not really do
This is beyond me.
anything there.
At your beck and call.
Yeah. I thought you didn't.
Victory is imminent.
Yeah, screw that up a bit. Never mind.
This is unacceptable.
No.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. I'll do it.
Seriously, Argenta?
I know what is to come. Was that you? Or...
The Emperor commands.
Nothing.
Oh, bloody hell. Forgot about the shading.
At your beck and call. I took care of this one.
There we go. Let's the other guns, so let's can go to.
The Divine watches over us.
There's a lot of treasure. Dino artifacts, provisions.
The duty prevails.
Not the rolls work. Do that.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
We gotta. What's that? Provides additional opportunity to call machine spirit. Oh, so. Okay, so these are extra tries for skill check.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Okay, we missed this one.
Accomplished. We are bound by the blood of martyrs. I rise above hardships. The duty prevails.
Easy checks.
Accomplished.
Shotgun. Shotgun can go to Abelard, maybe? Yeah. Abelard the shotgun.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Yeah, and this should be everything here. So you actually do need a melta charge here.
I better myself through my service.
Nothing to pick here. It's just yeah, let's grab endure. Choices here, those are the basic.
Know your duty. I rise above hardships.
Maybe a helmet? The helmet. And also hide the helmets on everybody. They look ridiculous. Did it register? Yeah, it did register. Okay.
The Divine watches over us.
Heretic cutthroat. We hit him from up here.
Did I mention that my whispers tell me jokes? Jokes that once said aloud make your eyes bleed and blood curdle. Talk about black comedy.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
With each step, I forge my destiny upon the stars.
The roar of the flames rings in your ears, and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat, wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in the raging wall of fire. You are surrounded by ear-splitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps. And then you see the figure walk out through the fire towards you. It is Theodora von Valencius.
Are you lost, my heir?
Her expression is calm, terrifyingly so for someone who is on fire. One of her hands is resting on the hilt of a box sword.
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
The blood is clearing on her.
Pain is but a reflection of one's weakness. To renounce weakness of spirit in pursuit of greatness is the only path to heights worthy of a rogue trader. I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide.
Your mouth begins to salivate. Each word Theodora speaks is like music to her ears. The entity that now dwells you deeply. Sorry about that. The entity that now dwells in the deepest recesses of her mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer. And that answer can be nothing other than acceptance.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises.
nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul. To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a way around!
Over the roaring flames, you hear distant sound, frightened voices, screams, muffled and distorted, as if they were a body of water between you and them.
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel. What are we waiting for?
Alright, so we got our first alignment choices. And since we are playing Sanctic, let's trust in the Emperor's protection. The Emperor will guide the righteous on their path. Thousands of needles pierce your consciousness that are powerless to stop. You take a step forward, and the illusion breaks. A wave of excruciating pain crashes over you, and Theodora's voice fades into the firestorm. You hear the voices of your companions calling you from behind, and the screams of the weak dying in an inescapable place. The blinding inferno, the harrowing fire, the all-consuming storm releases you as you step out, barely able to stay on your feet. The blood is pounding in your ears, drowning out the world around you. Your eyes, caked in soot and burnt eyelashes, refuse to open. Free from the flames, you take 2 more steps before collapsing to your knees. The rush of blood in your temples and the horrible pain all over your scorched body cloud to your mind. But before suddenly retreating, as if driven away by some mighty will, the Emperor protect. New strength spreads through your veins, and despite the wounds, your body is once more ready for trials and strife. You open your eyes and see, a glow with warm light before you, the Aquila, the sacred symbol of the Imperium. In the next moment, you are struck with another realization. The repulsive presence, the one that has plagued your mind since Voidgear's wounded you, is gone. The fire seems to have burned the entity away without a trace.
Master, can you hear me? Oh, you're alive. Which is more than I was expecting after what you just did.
Praise the Emperor! We passed through the flames! How can this be anything but a portent? For so it is said, that the Emperor will bless the worthiest and most steadfast in their faith.
Behind Argenta, you see the Atlas doubled over in a fit of nausea. The rest of the people who are following you have withered away in the fire that continues to rage mere 2 steps away from you. The Emperor protects Saint-Jean.
Indeed he does. Oh, if I hadn't seen it myself, I never would have believed.
What happened to Lady Theodora? Did she follow us?
There was no Theodora, witch. There was an illusion, a temptation, a foul taint that tried to lead us astray. But he perceived its true nature.
Is that right, Adepta Sanctimonious? What? We'll just pretend like we didn't see the Lord's Captain standing there in the fire? Abala, you tell her.
Whatever it was, it matters no longer. Your conduct is bordering on madness, or holiness. A path opened behind you, where one moment there was fire, the next only smoldering embers remain. But what am I saying? My eyes must have deceived me. Too much smoke for my lungs. Truly, would you have received wounds like these if there had been no fire?
The wounds are merely a sign of a trial laudably passed. It is something to be proud of, the same as decorations or badges of honor.
Admittedly, I have been bad. Even if you were anticipating another wave of pain, it does not come. Your muscles feel strong, and your lips obey you without fail. And yet, deep inside, somewhere next to your heart and stomach, you feel a certain tension akin to that of a taut string. You are at your limit. Be it adrenaline or the strength of your fate, it will not carry you much further.
Did my eyes deceive me? I could swear that I just witnessed you step out of a pillar of fire with the rest following in your wake.
I hurried here to join forces with you and the others. It is time to push the heretics back.
Indeed it is. Your wounds.
Adolfred does not seem to have changed since we first met, but only at first glance. His face has taken a strange hue. The skin at his temples appears scaled, and his voice now has an uncanny screeching quality. These are not traces of fatigue and stress. The Psyker's body has begun to mutate, a consequence of contact with the war. You are not in the best shape of yourself, Adolfred.
Notice the signs of my blessing, have you? Yes, the warp is taking its toll. But I'm still sane and able to hold my weapon. I'll fight for the von Valencius bloodline to the end. And if the price is the eternal curse of mutation, so be it.
We can fight, at least for the time being.
And let us steel our souls. Our greatest trial awaits. I have gathered everyone who answered the Vox call and was able to hold a weapon. Yet I do not see the Lord Captain or her arch-militant in our midst. We are still receiving messages in her voice, but she is not responding to direct requests. I last saw Lady Theodora on the observation platform. When did you and she part ways?
It was at this very elevator, Master Edelthran. The Lord Captain, accompanied by the Arch-Militant, headed to her chambers to retrieve an item of particular import. After that, all we heard from her were Vox broadcasts.
This is troubling, and the timing is inopportune. I am still receiving fragmentary reports from the bridge. Kunrad Voigtveer was spotted there, and even what scant intelligence on his activities I have reminds me of descriptions of sorcerous rituals. If that traitor has resorted to witchcraft, we must stop him at once.
We shall go to Theodora's chambers to find her.
A reasonable approach. Take your escort with you. You may be waylaid. Once you have found the Lord Captain, you must beg her to go to the bridge and lead the counterattack. The rogue trader's appearance is sure to fill the defenders' hearts with hope, however frightened or exhausted they may be. Until next we meet, may the Emperor bless your deeds. I shall see you on the field of battle.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
We are Barbie. We received a golden jewel. I think we're fine. I saw what's here. Okay, it's close. Can we open from here? From there? No.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Elevator we took with Voigtveer.
Over there!
This is out of the ordinary.
Oh, there was a secret door. Okay. So it's like a secret cubbyhole.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Theodora von Valencius' body is sprawled on the large, blood-drenched desk. The Archmilitan's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Lord Captain, who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
I doubt it. Voidsphere wished humiliation and suffering upon Theodora, not a swift death.
It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention that Mort was here, and he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last. How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Archmilitant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds. Streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces, drawing closer. Lady Theodora, and Conrad. And what is that? Ah! Something dark. Enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul. That's for sure. Tainted witchcraft.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
I'm restless. Carry the Emperor's will as your torch.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Closed ranks.
Follow my lead. It will be done. Oh, my ears are ringing. I will do my duty.
One fewer target. I will not be deterred. And so shall it be done. Actions will speak louder than words.
Faith without deeds is worthless. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. I'll do it. Rejoice in battle! Eradicate.
Will do.
I'm enraged!
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. It will be done.
Rejoice in service. I will not be deterred.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I will not. I'll do it.
Rejoice in service.
Doubt is for the weak. This is why I was chosen.
On it. Farewell.
Right, nice. Another level up. Okay, what do we have here? Plus 5 toughness if intelligence is less than 35, okay. Less pistols, those are kinda useless. What?
Know your duty.
There anything here? Nope.
The Emperor protects.
Okay, let's level up. Okay, so what do we have? We have a lot of stuff available. But I definitely want the... where is it? This one. You take that. Dira, you take. You take the. Where is it? Cycle afterthought. Unlovely Sister of Battle. And take Kuchita. Right, so AoE attacks are better, yes. Which?
The duty prevails.
So, what fuckery?
The first sacrifice opens the ark. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
You are here. But where is the Lord Captain?
Theodora is dead. I found her and the Archmilitant in her study.
God Emperor, preserve us. The rogue traitor is dead. The ship has lost her Lord Captain, and the house its head. No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp. along with the warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
It forbid you the very thought of yielding. Only by resigning to your fate will you truly suffer defeat.
Words worthy of a righteous soul.
Save the lofty words for later, will you? The navigator's ready to take the ship out of the warp if he gets some help from the bridge.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
You can see Conrad Voigtweir clearly in the room of the bridge. The broken blade he is holding is stained with dark drops that seem to have passed some good to them.
We are out of time!
The friend bites his knuckle, desperately thinking. You see a wave ripple across the whites of your friend's eyes, and they begin to turn the city around. That complicates things.
The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm. And farewell. Accursed traitor! A time will come when you will bleed for her ladyship Theodora's murder. Remember my words, for they are the vow of he who marches toward his death.
What? Theodora is dead? No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
The whispers are getting louder. The masters demand your death.
Everybody up front. How do we have it set up? Right, the blood goes last. Okay. In the battle.
The Emperor commands! Rejoice in service!
Start blasting, I guess. Can we take out the two at once? Cannot.
As the Emperor commands, strike is a prayer. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Get the
In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. I'll do it. Strike is a prayer. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. As the Emperor commands, eradicated. That is not the Emperor's will.
Yeah, it should be all the helpers, right? Yeah.
I'll do it.
Momentum. And let's give it back to Aquenta.
Be thy undoing!
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. Doubtless for the weak is what I was chosen.
Aquenta has her first actual turn now.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
One.
I'll do it.
Anything is?
Right. Right, everything has 70 turns, right.
They who discern the future own the battlefield.
He's already as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 should work, I think.
Indeed.
No, we did not get that. Okay, fine.
At your beck and call. It will be done. At your beck and call. I've suffered worse.
What is that? Did it do something? With the rending screen. Yes, not.
I will not be
Go on.
deterred. Actions will speak louder than words.
What?
And so it shall be done.
Go on to go.
Victory is in target well struck.
He has another enemy attacks.
As the Emperor
Continues to
commands,
reload.
I act. Guided by faith.
Was it you? Or... But of course.
At your beck and call. Indeed. I will do my duty.
I will endure.
The Emperor commands. And so shall it be done.
At your beck and call. Victory is imminent.
Anything else? On it.
A tactically sound approach. An exemplary strike. It will be done.
Don't you dare give up now! Actions will speak louder than words. I will not be deterred.
Target well struck. I will do my duty.
And so shall it be done.
Low momentum.
There is movement in the Imperium. Was that you? Or anything else? Be gone!
Right, what did we get? Iconoclast cloak. We'll give that to Abelard.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Emperor protects. Repeat.
The heir is dead. He sacrificed himself to save the entire dynasty.
A noble deed. Let the crew offer prayers for the hero who renounced his impure life in the name of humanity.
No suffering will make me forget his sacred words. Burn the heretic.
Let's do that.
Kill the mutant. Purge the unclean.
Okay. So we can bump this up to that, maybe? You mean, or we can keep bumping up the ship? We have 55, that's a lot. Yeah, let's go with that so we can actually hit stuff. We should be able to take that, yes. Okay, and a block. Okay, that's cool. And that. Buster my way. Yeah, I don't think we need these on Idira. How much does he have? 35, okay. Right, let me check something first. I think this is based off willpower. Not. Yeah, willpower bonus, right. Willpower. He's not shooting really. I mean. I'm looking for the one. No, the it's in the operative 3 later on. Over here. Okay. It's still yeah, let's give her reloading.
The Divine watches over us!
Rivor, Master Helmsman, system status report.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal! Living and breathing. Well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
People survive here.
Must have been Providence. It better have been the Emperor's, not someone else's. When they barged in here, the ones with the Master of Whispers, some officers charged them, but it wasn't even a fight. I grabbed whoever I could and dragged them behind the cogitators. Then, I prayed for our rescue.
We need to establish contact with the Sanctum. It's our only chance of escaping. Your words seem to knock the officers out of rescue, but and the air around you fills with the voices of commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing, one of the survivors buckling under the stress. Abelard cuts the crying officer without even looking.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valencius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
Ready. Begin the ritual. The image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerous currents invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing while still remaining the same. It is taken on the guise of Theodora, but the Force Road Trader's eyes reveal the entity's true, surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire, the other, a vessel of ancient evil, walks into it. A voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and this voice booms with all the horrors of the war.
Mortal, who are you to oppose the very flows of fate? It matters not. Your footfalls are an echo of the sand pouring between the scales. Your hopes and faith are my mockery.
The vision lowers its head, its harrowing gaze pouring into me. For but a moment, something changes in Theodora's expression. It almost looks like a shadow of fear? I have already resisted the temptation of the warp once. Whatever you are, you will not cloud my mind with a new illusion.
Resisting the inevitable means only that realization and submission will bring greater torment. There is no power that can hinder the flows of fate.
The aspirant vowed to return with the trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
Seneschal, the Navigator's Sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the von Valencius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you, with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow, that Lord Captain Theodora von Valencius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision, It is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valencius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live.
The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valencius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained, for the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. To hang the ancestral banners once again, and exact vengeance on the enemies of House von Valencius and humanity.
Well then, your lordship. You had us worried for a few hours then, but after witnessing you fearlessly rushing to the fray on the deck, the only thing that surprises me is how long you stayed on your feet. Your strength only left you once the fighting was all over. Such fortitude is most admirable in Lord Captain. You must now hold your first official briefing in a new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have had to be filled by the deputy's deputy, while others go unfilled entirely. And now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. How did we come to lose so many officers? It appears that the heretics were deliberately targeting the vessel's command. They knew exactly who they were looking for and where they could be found. Which is unsurprising, given that their informant was our own Master of Whispers. Have you succeeded in tracking down Voidweir? No, Lord Captain. In all the commotion, his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him and any mutineers who may still be skulking in the ship's corridors. But frankly, I would not be surprised to hear that we are now one shuttle short. I am afraid that it will be some time before he answers for all he has wrought. Right, tell me what's on the agenda for this meeting. Reports on the condition of ship and the crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings. But this is a unique situation. I am still receiving updates from across the ship, and they are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort, even so far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we are currently in. So prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your lordship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they in turn will have the honor of beholding the visage of their Lord Captain. Very well, I'm ready to start the briefing. Summon the officers. With a gesture, Abelard relays the order to the adjutants, the far end of the magnificent chamber. A dozen pair of eyes bore into you, the expressions revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and variance. Attention officers, you have been granted an honor. Lord Captain will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Perhaps you would like to introduce those present, Abelard. As you wish, your lordship. Abelard points to a tall, slender woman whose body seems to contain as many implants as it does flesh. Vigdis Suri-Otta of the Toliman line, our new Voxmaster. It is an honor to serve, your lordship. Aboard this vessel you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Beside her is Raymond, Master Helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by Lord Captain and monitors the void around us, to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate craft. Hey, Lord Captain. This here ship's as good as home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come any grief. And lastly, our High Faculty, Janice Dannock, oversees supplies, procurement, and in general material well-being of the ship. It is an honor, your lordship. You may trust me with all the matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, we have 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard. The Inference Master, whose crews work to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship. And lastly, the Drives Master, servant of the Omniscient. The 3 officers salute you. The Inference Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Drives Master offers a salute resembling a dance, removing the complicated manipulation of all the text priest mechanics. Is that everyone? Unfortunately, our Koi Master, the esteemed Zachary Weiss, the head of the Astropath section, is unable to join us. He is in charge of communications with distant star systems. Master Weiss has been in the trance for some time now, attempting to contact other planets in the von Valencius Protectorate, to inform them of Lady Theodora's passing and Conrad Voidweir's treachery. I will deliver a report to your lordship on the Astropath's progress as soon as possible to do so. It is equally regrettable that 2 individuals worthy of mention could not join us in the briefing. The Master-at-Arms and Confessor Adalbert. The eminent Adalbert must see to the funeral services being held for the fallen officers, of whom there are too many for him to take leave from the chapel. And Mistress Sauerbeck, who has replaced her late predecessor as our Master-at-Arms, is currently leading the search for any agents of Voidweir. All the present are adjutants, secretaries, and deputies. They are here to make record of the proceedings. Very well. High Faculty, what have you to report? We are toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement for your lordship. I will personally ensure that all the damaged components are given into the Tech Priest's hand for attention, and that all lost supplies are replaced. There is only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately this number is not confined to the scum of the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet, Raikat Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system, in fact, belongs to the Winter Scale Trader dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on a planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are matter for the rogue trader. Especially true given Caligo's Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors of his planets. Master Helmsman, status report? Right, you are, Lord Captain. Cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ship's sound more or less, but without an Engineer Prime and Navigator who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set as much as swift toe inside the warp, I don't know what will happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into balloons. Your Lordship, if you allow me to interject, when we arrived in the system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all the available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobility station. The station maintains complete vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in the very same system is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use our new residence. In slightly less shitty use, we can go round and round the system till our heads start swimming, as long as the Prometheum and supplies last. And if any thick-ass gross shit lowlifes come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out, so don't you worry on that score. Let's hear from your Furnace Master. Yes, Lord Captain. I can report that all the fires across all decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment, in terms of material losses and crew casualties, have been completed. The results have been submitted to Seneschal and the High Faculty. The post passed to him after the previous Infernus Master and his next 3 deputies expired in line of duty. The lad's managing well so far. He can take the heat, so to speak. The Ice Master, I will hear from you now. A voice distorted by the Vox retranslator emerges from under the text-piece Scarlet Hood. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble white ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted to my care is unharmed, thank the Omniscient. But its spirits mourn its dead brethren. We have not yet identified the prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. With great sorrow, I must also report that the Engineer Prime, Overseer and Spiritual Authority of all tech priests on board, fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him, a most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement, and as soon as possible. I see. Thank you. The tech priest bows her head. Master of Ordnance, do you have anything to report? No, my job is simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire where I'm told. But just cause anyone. We got no able crew, no Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. I apologize profusely, Lord Captain. Pardon the fool. The ship is in ruins. Every other officer is dead. And the Lord Captain is no longer with us. Fear has taken hold of me. But I've heard of you, oh yes. Your fame has reached even the far as the Expanse. I can't be showing myself up in front of such an illustrious person as yourself. The Master of Ordnance can report that the rest of the arsenal has been saved and the battery is in good order. We are ready to fight, and that's the Lord Captain's will. To summarize, To summarize, we have sustained serious losses of the crew members, and we require a new engine seer prime and a navigator. Is that all that prevents us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain. But bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship's system must be properly inspected for major damage, which can be only carried out at Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in this sector. But we will never reach Footfall without first solving these 3 immediate problems. So, what can you tell me about the system in which we find ourselves? I will see to the Vox Master on this point. Mr. Stallman. We are in a Reichert star system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your lordship predecessor. There are 3 inhabited bodies in the system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobility Station has not simply failed to answer, it seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from a prison plantoid in the system, and Reichert Minoris itself is also not responding to our hails. But what is most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signal from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. The situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest, and a new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobility Station and find out what in the void is going on. I thank you for all reports. Dismissed. The officers salute you as one. Your Lordship, there is one other thing. A confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora, your eternally esteemed predecessor, brought the ship here to this system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything. And I shall tell you, the Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, the chief architect of his will in the Koronus Expanse. Yes, I came across a strange handwritten letter on Theodora's desk. It was signed XT. You are referring to contents of that note, I presume. Yes, quite right. XC. Xavier Calcazar. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Heinrich Van Kellogg's. An interrogator, you understand. All I know is that he is somewhere in this system, and we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires. Deliver him to the Footfall in Furibundus system. Finding him without more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Nobility or the Governor of Reichert Minoris, may know something. That is all, Your Lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it's a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the von Valencius Protectorate. Ablar gives you another scrutinizing look, as if trying to gauge how long will you hold out under this mountain of problems. His face softens slightly, as he seems to offer some words of encouragement. Idira, Sister Argenta, explain yourself. Sister of Battle grimly nods towards Idira. Psyker is suffering some ailment, or damn madness. She insisted on seeing the rogue trader. I judged it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. For a brief moment, Argenta's voice sounds hesitant. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak with me when you have time, rogue trader. Idira glazed eyes roll over the assembled. One word burst from her lips. Daybreak. Idira, come to your senses. Wait. Your Lordship, here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future, and it hit me so hard. My head's still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way, and I can't make out what it is, no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak. Or maybe it's dawn. And it's ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, then why it's so dark? We cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mr. Stlas? No, not yet anyway. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make sense any of it. As soon as I know something, I'll report it, alright? Well, Captain, if you want to take me a closer look into your future, find me on a bridge and you can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers, and on many occasions, and I'm sure you would benefit from it as well. Very well. If there is nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. Time to get to work. And okay, alright, I think that will be all for today. We finished the prologue, or well, the tutorial really. Tutorial / prologue. And we'll continue with exploring the Reichert system next time. So yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, take care, bye.